Coming up to the ending here again. I still think this is probably a time under 340 for Cappuccino. $339.64 as he tags out. Cappuccino tags out, and now I'm not so sure. Who's gonna play now? Nage Ambun is going to play. Average 343.85. Or is Cappuccino back now? What's going on? No, it's not Cappuccino anymore, so... Now I'm not so sure anymore if Saw 2 can actually pass Sherlock. So we got Nage Ambun driving instead. Got an average of 343.85 compared to Mobiuslau's 346. So I mean, it still is a better player on paper, so it's still possible, but it feels a bit more even at least. So we'll see. That is pretty much the most exciting battle going on right now. There's not really anything else going on, I think. We do have 5 guys, 1 cup, 3 checkpoints behind Saw 1, but it looks like Saw got this under control as far as I can tell. They aren't really losing that much time against 5 guys, 1 cup. So I don't really see anything happen there. Then we got Spam, who are 7 checkpoints behind Impact. But that feels like too much with 57 minutes left to go. We got K3 Red, now 6 checkpoints behind TND. So as I said before, it felt like TND were extending their lead and not K3 Red catching up. EDRM Watson though might be able to catch up to K3, possibly at least. 4 checkpoints behind, and then Fox, only 2 checkpoints behind Watson. So here's some potential changes at least, with less than 1 hour to go. Then we also got IGN, 8 checkpoints behind 9 Live. Marco is driving. And then Drunked 18, 4 checkpoints behind IGN. And then after that it's not close whatsoever. Nope. So yeah. Can Mobiuslau stay in front of Nage Ambun? Yeah, now Saw to 3 to 4 checkpoints behind. Of course, they did have the slow start as a result of the switch. 347.81 by Nage Ambun. And then Mobiuslau had a pretty good last time. 341.50. And also, I don't see anyone beating Tween's local record, 334.49. Except maybe Tween himself, but otherwise... I mean, yeah, Onyo did have a pretty good time, 335.04, and that wasn't too long ago, but he's still half a second behind Tween's best time, so I don't see it being too realistic that Tween will lose his first place. I wonder if Tween is improving his average here. Yes, he is. 336.88 now, but it's not going to be enough to catch up to Carl Jr., who got 336.30 something. But Tween is continuing to play well. 335.54 was his last time. So he's consistent with 35-36 times for each lap. And he has caught up a bit to Massa. He's now 8 checkpoints behind. And Massa in turn have caught up to beat 26 checkpoints behind. Yes, this is a new microphone, so I sound much better. Oh wow, I just noticed that Tween got the right country skin now. During this whole race he's had a different country skin like every time I spectated him, but for some reason he now got the Slovakia skin. Maybe it's just by coincidence, probably is. Yeah, I think I mentioned a couple of times that I have a new microphone, but I mean, it's the first time I use it, so... Alright, here comes Tween through another lap, 335.48 this time. So yeah, he's doing what he can, but when Massa is setting similar times, almost identical times even, just slightly slower than Tween that previous lap, it's not really anything you can do. Massa will have to crash a lot. Maybe like respawn in the speed section, that would make him lose a lot of time, and like do that maybe 3 or 4 times, or maybe disconnect and other mute mic players aren't aware of that or something like that, but I know they are all on like TeamSpeak, so that's very likely not going to be the case, so I think mute mic can be feeling pretty safe, even though it's never fun to have a Tween trying to hunt you down. Meanwhile, Kilburn gains the 25th local record with a time of 336.86. And is he playing for ESU or Q? He's playing for ESU, but he's also a member of Team Q. So ESU has been in the top 10 for a long time, and they are still in the top 10. 15 checkpoints behind Easy Killer 2 and 30 ahead of Saw. Kilburn currently playing and hitting the ceiling of the checkpoint. And then stop. Why is not playing? Kilburn taking a break. Not sure what that was about. So ESU will lose some time, but it's something they can afford, so maybe Kilburn was aware of that. Kilburn's best time 336.86 and his average 341.47. Got Short, Jumper, Zero and Harry in his team. Maybe Tween can like distract Massa in the team speak and somehow win it like that. I don't know what he can do though. .47 minutes remaining as I get a huge lag spike. It's happened on occasion. Oh, and then he clips the wall as well. This is gonna be a really slow time for Kilburn. Maybe even close to 4 minutes. Another crash. 352.82 by Kilburn. Saw2 now within 2 checkpoints again. To Sherlock. So Nage Ambon doing pretty good. 341.24 was the last time. And Mobislaw had 344.15, so gained 3 seconds on that lap. Still possible for Saw to gain a late position. Or position late into the race. Focus passing Nagemon for a moment at least. Team Fox with Papu now only 1 or 2 checkpoints behind Watson. Then we have Marco for IGN, 3 checkpoints by 9 live. And got a much better average than frostBeule does. So it's possible that IGN can go up to 31st place. And Watson themselves are 2 checkpoints behind K3 Red. Skirt got a better average over Skoda. And then 5 guys, 1 cup with Mario. Still about 2 checkpoints behind Saw 1. But it's been like that for a long time, I feel like. They are playing equally fast. 341.80 by General and 338.71 by Mario, so Mario did catch up a bit that previous lap. Hobby Flyer is now driving for Penta. 336.72 is a new local record for him. 23rd place. Hobby Flyer has been very good in a lot of endurance races as of late. My own weekly and then also in Dave's 21-minute cup. He's been winning those a lot. And many might have thought that he would have done a bit better here, but his average is not anything special. His time is pretty good though, 3:35.67. But I doubt he's even in top 20 when it comes to the average. Used Mike now 25 checkpoints behind BS. Could maybe go down to like 20 checkpoints. If Massa keeps it up. Here comes Javi Flyer nearing the end. His last time was 3:36.72. Might be something similar now, maybe a bit slower. .14, slightly faster, and a new local record for Javi Flyer again. So 2 local records in a row by Javi Flyer. But of course, Penta in no man's land. As is the case for many of the teams. But we do have some close battles, and the one I've been following the most this hour is the one between Salt2 and Sherlock, and now they're tied. They got the same amount of checkpoints. Mobislaw with a 3:45.38 in the previous lap, and when I switch to him, he will of course clip the wall. And Nage Ambon had a time of 3:41.92. So it looks like Saw2 are going to gain a position before this race is over. Of course, Sherlock can still gain it back as well. Elmo writes in the chat that maybe we should do a switch. A switch will mean that you will lose like 1 or 2 checkpoints. So I don't know if that's worth it with only 39 minutes left to go. That's probably what Raw is thinking by writing better not. But if Mobiuslaw is really tired, then that might still be the best option. He is still ahead with 1 checkpoint sometimes. Of course, if it ends with like the same amount of checkpoints, there's not going to be like a, you know, who is the closest to the checkpoint or whatever. Like, it's just going to be a draw, I believe. Don't think it's even possible to see who's ahead. Hey, Link. it says that Sherlock is 1 checkpoint behind Saw 2. So I think it's safe to say that Saw 2 have officially passed Sherlock, at least on certain parts of the track. They take turn being in the lead. Sherlock now back to first, and now they are tied. We'll see what Mobiuslaw's time will be this lap. 3:53.96, so that explains it. And he is going to tag out. Who's going to replace him? It's Edster who's driving. Edster will be driving the last stint for EDRM Sherlock. And now, because of this switch, they will lose 1 or maybe 2 checkpoints because of the slow start. Yep, they are 2 checkpoints behind Saw 2 now. Further back in the pack, we still got a really close battle between K3 and Watson. They are also tied, in fact. So Skoda has done a nice job catching up to Skirt for Watson. Oh, no, never mind. I think Watson passed K3. I think that's how it's what's happened here. I think Watson has gone up to 28th place. K3 drops down to 29th, and they might drop down to 30th place as well, since Team Fox with Papu is only 1 checkpoint behind them. Oh, whoa! Papu getting super lucky, bouncing back on the track. That could have ended in a disaster had he missed the checkpoint, because then he might have had to respawn. So Papu getting very lucky. Then we also have IGN at 32nd place, only 1 checkpoint behind Drunkard 18. Or no, 9 Live I mean, with frostBeule Deuce, or Douse. Oh, who comes to a complete stop. And seems to take some weird lines, I don't know. Might not be taking this too seriously, it's possible. So IGN are now tied, and maybe soon also overtaking 9 Live and going up to 31st. Marco's fastest time 3:40.52, his average 3:47.89. Last time 3:40.52. Will do a small error at that part, so lost some speed, but I still think IGN will soon be ahead of 9 Live. "35 minutes remaining of the race. Nothing has changed in the top. Still the exact same checkpoint differences between the teams. Queen might have gotten a bit closer to Massa again, but it's really not... it really doesn't matter in the long run. Too late. Great time from Beat, 3:35.17. Gains the 4th local record. The reason why Carl Jr.'s time is not showing is because he set it in a different mood. So we had 4 different moods played during the 24 hours. Twilight, night, day and dawn. I think he set it in night maybe. So that means that the admins adds like a different map, the same map but with a different mood. And so that's why the local records are shown differently. But yeah, on the records page, exclamation point rankings in my chat. You can see the best times overall. So Tween with the fastest time, Carl Jr. with the second best, Scrappy with the third, and those 3 players the only ones under 3:35, and that's been the case for a long time. Then Carl Jr. also got the best average ahead of Tween, those 2 players the only ones under 3:37. Okay, yeah, it was in the night mood. Let's see, IGN still tied with 9 live. Same amount of checkpoints. But it definitely feels like IGN will soon be ahead. Marco entering another lap. 3:45.81, so that might explain it. Then Papu 1 checkpoint behind K3, who are now 1 or 2 checkpoints behind Watson. Then we got Spam with Marcor driving 4 checkpoints behind Impact. Era is driving and he got a better average, so I don't see Spam passing Impact. And then we have the 5 guys 1 cup. 2 checkpoints behind Saw 1. Mario driving versus General, but General got a better average, so don't see that happening either. We have Edster driving for Sherlock. It's still possible for Sherlock to come back and pass the Saw 2, but Nage Ambon got a much better average than Edster, about 3 seconds faster on average each lap, so yeah, doesn't look like EDRM will be able to challenge Saw 2. They are within top 20, which was their goal, so I'm sure they are happy about that. Is they're crashing here at the dirt section as well. And now we got 30 minutes remaining of the race, the last half hour of the DDE 24-hour road. 53 teams signed up, and we still got, I'm pretty certain of, over 40 teams driving. So a lot of them committed to completing the race. And the winner will be Butterfly Slayers, Wally, Carl Jr., Leo, Raisons and Beat. And I want to say it's mostly thanks to 2 things. Carl Jr. and Wally driving great during the night, and also Huck Jr. getting that invalid time that made Bombs lose 10 checkpoints. Those are probably the 2 main reasons. Also, after the race is over, tonight at 8 PM CET, I guess 5 hours after the race, I will also cast Team Acer versus Display in Team Masters Team Cup 2015. So more Trackmania actions coming up after this race. Not sure exactly what happened to Penta. I know Zac didn't play very good for them during the night. That really cost them a lot. Although he didn't play that long. He only played for like 1 hour, I think. So maybe that wasn't too much of an impact. It's rankings with an S. Here we go. I guess I should have added both commands. I guess for the next edition. Massa has improved his average quite a lot, I think. 337.41. Getting closer to Pac's average. Of course, Pac only played for 2 hours. And then we have Tween with a 336.88. Second best average. Massa's time in that lap, 336.97. He is about 7 or 8 checkpoints ahead of Tween. So Tween has gained 2 checkpoints. And might be able to maybe gain 1 more, going down to 6 checkpoints before this is over. But yeah, it's a bit too late. If Tween had started playing like 2 hours before the end, when Massa started playing, when he replaced Roa, then I think Tween could have realistically caught up. But now this seems to not be the case. And Mute Mike now 24 checkpoints behind BS. Might go down to like 22, 23, something like that. Here comes Tween, about to complete another lap. 336.77 that time. Alright, so IGN are now 2 checkpoints ahead of 9 Live. K3 are tied with Fox, but it seems like Fox have overtaken K3 and gone up to 29th place. Then what else do we have? We have Spam, 2 checkpoints behind Impact. It feels like Spam is getting closer to Impact. And then we have Sherlock, now 3 checkpoints behind Saw 2, and then 5 Guys 1 Cup, 3 checkpoints behind Saw 1. So maybe Spam and Markor can reach Impact. Yeah, Impact Era had a really bad last time. 349.96, 9 seconds slower than Markor, so that explains why Spam got so much closer. And yes, I do believe Tween has officially broken the 10-hour barrier. Yes, 10 hours, also actually almost... no, never mind, it's exactly 10 hours. 10 hours, 1 minute for Tween. So with that, I believe his 3rd or maybe 4th. Scrappy has played for 11 hours. I know Shorty has played for almost 12. And then Far Cry 69 has played for 13 hours. And of course the obligatory, that was only the warm-up. Let's start the real 24-hour race. Joke is written in the chat. Spam now 1 checkpoint behind Impact on this part of the track. Or Far Cry 13, not Far Cry 69. That's right. Alright, here's Markor. 341.64, he keeps a good pace. And then Era with another slow time, 348.99 this time. Era is losing a lot on each lap, and they are now tied even. Spam and Impact officially tied. At least on certain parts of the track. I mean, yeah, it really depends also when the race will end. Like, that could make a difference. If Spam are lucky, then it will end when they are as close to Impact as possible, which would be tied right now. But if they are unlucky, then it's gonna end when Impact are like 1 or 2 checkpoints ahead, so we'll see. Fox and K3 also tied at the moment. And Bomb's now 6 seconds, 6 checkpoints behind Mute Mike. But if Bombs wanna take second, then Mute Mike have to pretty much disconnect and then be slow with the switch. That's the only chance for Bombs. And it seems like we now have officially only 20 minutes left to go of the 24-hour road. BS Butterfly Slayers in the lead, represented by Beat. We also got Wally, Carl Jr., Leo and Raisons in this team, which will take home the win. Beat entering another lap. Let's see what his time will be. 338.09, so he's not driving that great. That's probably why Massa is catching up. Massa, who plays for Mute Mike, currently at second place, 339.28 in that lap, so Massa not playing that good either right now. However, Tween, last time 334.93, but he's now 9 checkpoints behind, so I wonder if he crashed. He might have crashed, because he lost 3 checkpoints out of nowhere, so I think Tween might have gone down. He did hit the wall here as well, so that's gonna be the definitive nail in the coffin. In the meantime, Javi Flyer with a 9th local record, 335.74. I think this is gonna be a very slow time for Tween. 351.31 by Tween. I suspect he respawned somewhere on the track. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Bombs will take 3rd place, 18 minutes left to go. I feel like the most exciting battle now is this one between Spam and Impact. Spam have passed Impact though. They are 1 checkpoint ahead. And Era, as of late, has not been playing good. Marker has been setting faster times, much faster than his average. While Impact, with a last time of almost 4 minutes, is falling apart. So I guess this is not going to be very exciting either. Sherlock is now 4 checkpoints behind Saw 2, so they're not able to keep up with Nage Ambon. And what else do we have? K3 now 2 checkpoints behind Team Fox, so they are not close to each other anymore. No, it feels like it's pretty much set in stone now, the results. There's not any... I don't see any differences, potential changes in the list. So apparently Tween had a landing bug and then missed the checkpoint and had to respawn as a result. So yeah, that's gonna cost you a lot. Might have been on the at the speed section, which is the worst place. Well, I guess we can follow Beat for Butterfly Slayers. I'll never forget the name, or remember the name. They are the current leader, so they deserve to get some attention. I haven't really followed them that much because they've just been too dominating. Wow, great time there from Onyo, 3:34.88. Will we see Onyo sniping the best lap? I'm getting flashbacks to the second edition now when Onyo tried to do the same exact thing, but was not able to do it. Can he do it this year? He is at the 4th place with that time, I believe. Scrappy is still ahead of him. Here's Beat, 3:38.93. I'm starting to see much slower times now from the players. I think they are sensing the end of the race. It's been a long race. So it's hard to keep up the focus and the concentration in the end. Especially when the positions are already established. There are some other 24-hour races, but none of which is like a multi-style. This is the only multi-style one. There's also a dirt one and like a united one, I believe. But yeah, they don't happen too often, which I think is good, because you can't really have 24-hour races too often. Get burnout. Kind of looks like Impact were tied with Spam for a moment, so maybe if they're lucky, the race will end at a place of the track where they are tied. If Era can keep it together. Yeah, now they are tied right now, so better time there from Era, 3:40.35. And then Marker had a worse time, 3:43.16, so it's still possible for Impact to get a tie. And maybe if Marker makes a late mistake, Impact can also pass them. Oh, 5 guys, 1 cup, only 1 checkpoint behind Saw 1. So they seem to have gotten closer, at least by a bit. So we'll see. 14 minutes left to go. Here comes General. And yeah, Saw and Five Guys One Cup were tied now, so 348.60 only by General. Mario's last time 338.12. Looks like a new era will be replacing Dutchy with Bomba for the last 12 minutes. And whoa, what happened to Spam? Spam now 2 checkpoints behind Impact. Something must have happened to Markor. Maybe during this lap. 355.87 by Markor. And Impact are back to 19th place with 11 minutes left to go. I felt like Spam had that in the bag. But Markor with a really bad lap, and that's gonna give Era and Impact a chance to take 19th place. Good time from Hive. Against the 20th local record, 336.49. Also, it seems like Team Fox are only 1 or 2 checkpoints behind Watson. Trying to keep track of these matchups, but it's kind of tricky. It feels like Impact will now take that 19th place. 2 checkpoints, that's quite a lot. Focus more on this, I think. 5 Guys, 1 Cup, 1 checkpoint behind Saw 1 for 11th place. Mario about to enter another lap. 338.12 was his previous lap. Can he keep that to the end? I guess he will be playing 2 more laps. 338.68 this time. Mario is driving great. General 348.60 last lap, here he comes. But his time will be 337.41. Strikes back. So this is a showdown now between Mario and General, with Saw having a lead. 2 checkpoints now, but it goes down to 1 for the most part, I believe. And a great time from Massa, 335.07, gains him the 4th local record. But Tween still having that best lap, 334.49, and no one is really close to it, so I don't really see anyone beating him. Eight minutes left to go. As long as General can stay without any mistakes and set times under 340, then I think Saw will be okay and take 11th place. Actually, let's focus on him. 3:37.41 in the previous lap, about half a second from his best time, or about 1 second rather. So General is playing as good as he can. And he is the best player for Saw. And Mario is the best player for 5 Guys 1 Cup, so this is a true showdown. 7 minutes left on the clock. One mistake here by General might be all it takes for 5 Guys 1 Cup to get on the same amount of checkpoints. And meanwhile, Fox are tied with Watson. So that might end in a draw. Still looking good for General. Coming up to the ending. I think Mario will enter the next lap first. Let's see what his time will be. 3:38.31, another solid time by Mario. But I think General will also have a good time. 5 minutes left on the clock now when General enters another lap. 3:37.78. Consistently driving about 1 second from his personal best. And likewise Mario is driving even less than 1 second from his personal best. So these two players are pushing it right now. And it's still in favor of Saw with 1 checkpoint. In the top, the rankings are about the same, 25 checkpoints between BS and Mute Mike, and then 9 checkpoints down to Bombs, followed by Penta with 25 behind Bombs, Revers 21 behind Penta, Easy Killer 52 behind Revers, a New Era 34 checkpoints behind Easy Killer, Lioncast 49 checkpoints behind a New Era, Easy Killer 2 12 checkpoints behind Lioncast, and then lastly Esports United 28 checkpoints behind Easy Killer 2. And then we have these two teams, Saw 1 and 5 Guys 1 Cup. 1 checkpoint between them for 11th place. Still no mistakes for General in this lap, and it seems like Mario is also without any faults, since it remains 1 checkpoint between them. And the thing is that they are so close to the same part of the track that, you know, the checkpoints doesn't change that much, but now it did. 2 checkpoints now all of a sudden. Did Mario perhaps crash? He might have. Yes, there will probably be another 24-hour road. I would assume at least. But it might take another year before they do it again. Three minutes left on the clock now. And Saw are 2 checkpoints ahead of 5 Guys 1 Cup. I'm starting to suspect that Mario did end up crashing. Losing a bit of time. Oh, but now they're tied. They are tied. Might just be this part of the track though, but they are tied. It's exact same amount of checkpoints after 24 hours. Okay, now Saw again in the lead with 1. So if the race ends at that part of the track, then 5 Guys 1 Cup would get the draw. So they would share the 11th place. Otherwise it looks like Saw will be ahead with either 1 or 2 checkpoints. Here comes the end. Yeah, Mario has crashed! Mario has crashed in the end, no speed for him. And I think that's gonna be it, 2 minutes left on the clock. Unless General makes a huge blunder on the next lap. Here comes Mario entering the lap, 344.47. And here's General not too far behind as you can see. 339.03. If General can stay without any respawns, then he will have his team at 11th place. Massa improves his local record again, 335.06. Tries to get that local record, but not able to do so. And I guess we can spectate the Butterfly Slayers for a momentary beat. Of course, will be the winner together with Wally, Carl Jr., Leo and Raisons. 25 checkpoints behind Mute Mike. Bombs 9 checkpoints behind. Those will be the podium teams, the top 3. So it's not too exciting since they aren't very close to each other. And doesn't look like this will be exciting either, with Saw still being 2 checkpoints ahead of 5 Guys 1 Cup. Mario crashed in the end of the previous lap. Less than 1 minute to go now of the 24-hour road. And yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Saw still in the lead. If possible, maybe if it ends at that part where it's where it can go down to 0 checkpoints, but no, doesn't look like it. 3 checkpoints behind now. This is gonna be it. So Saw will take 11th place. Let's follow Beat through the end. He's not gonna drive anymore. Feels confident, but he can afford that. Can afford to lose a couple of checkpoints if needed. 20 seconds left to go. People are starting to write in the chat now. Spam only 1 checkpoint behind Impact, and Display only 1 checkpoint behind the XP 2. On 2 now. That's gonna be it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. GG. That concludes the 3rd edition of the 24-hour road hosted by DDE. The winners turn out to be Butterfly Slayers, Wally, Carl Jr., Leo and Raisons and Beat. Congratulations to them. 2nd place goes to Mute Mike, Spam, Massa, Bergie, Pack and Roa. And then 3rd place goes to Bombs, Kubais, Tween, Haki Jr. and Saber. And the best lap, of course, went to Tween with a time of 334.49. So that's gonna be the race. Before I go, just want to mention that I will stream Team Acer versus Display in Team Masters Team Cup 2015, starting 8 PM CET tonight. So in about 5 hours I'll be back streaming. As for the VODs of this race, they will be up on Twitch first and then on YouTube probably later this week. Otherwise, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the better quality since I had a new microphone for this. And yeah, it was nice nice to see some chat interaction as well when it was pretty late and nothing was going on, so thanks for that as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it. You see the rankings here. Penta took 4th, Reverse 5th, or Reverse 5th, Easy Killer 6th, A New Era 7th, Lioncast 8th, Easy Killer 2 9th, Esports United 10th, and you can see the full results on the ranking page, which is linked to in the chat, I notice. So if you want to see more statistics and more results, just click on that link. Alright, that's gonna be it. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya!